Check out the link in the description below and you can find a worksheet that goes along with this lesson. Welcome back to Ukulele Corner. Let's take a look at playing what are often called hammer-ons and pull-offs, or also slurs. You may have heard that before and wonder, what on earth are those? And what it is, we're going to do more than one note with the left hand compared to what we do with the right hand. And so let's first look at what a hammer-on is. And it really, like it sounds like, we're going to hammer a finger down onto the fingerboard after playing a note below it and get an ascending line. So if I play the high string open A, I can hammer my first finger down on the first fret. And what we're going to try to do is get that note from right above, like a helicopter landing right down on the launch pad, just straight down. And you want to hear some sustain out of that note. So try that. Just do an open string. I'm just playing once with my right hand. And then I'm landing, hammering on the first finger. How about the second finger? Let's go one fret higher. Open string to second fret, B. Third finger, third fret, C. Pinky all the way up to a C sharp. That's a little tricky, right, to get the pinky working. So start with that concept of playing 0 to 1, 0 to 2, 0 to 3, 0 to 4. And that's essentially the idea of a hammer-on from an open string to a fretted note. It's something we use all the time playing ukulele because it makes it a lot easier to play, and it's a smooth sound. Instead of articulating each note with the right hand, listen how this smooths out. You can do a series of notes. That was using very quick motion with my left hand, right? My right hand wasn't doing much of anything, just playing once per string. And so this technique is very, very important. It makes it easier to play, actually, in the end. It's tricky to do it first, but the long-term result is fantastic. Let's look at playing now a pull-off. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to play the high fretted note and then release down to the floor. So I'm going to play that first string, first fret, B flat, and release it. What I like to think of with a pull-off is you're really playing the opposite direction of your right hand. My finger's moving in towards the back of the hand instead of up and away from the string, like that. You'd be in a better playing position and get really a nicer sound and fuller sound if you pull down on the note, really pull off. So literally, hammer on and pull off do exactly what they describe. How about second finger, second fret, third fret, third finger, then all the way from the fourth fret to open using the pinky. These can happen anywhere up and down the fingerboard, but this is a really good place to start. I want you to practice this. I'm just showing you on the high string. I want you to practice this across any strings. Let's say if I jump to the third string, for example. One thing you'll notice is as you play the lower strings, there's going to be a tendency to kind of want to hit the higher strings. You have to angle your hand properly so you can do the pull-off without hitting the higher strings, which might not sound very good. I think you'll notice if you're using low G tuning, the fourth string and definitely the third string on either low or high G is nice and thick. It's really easy to get that hammer-on to sound strong. You can try the hammer-ons there. But with the pull-offs, you have to be a little more careful not to hit the higher strings. Same with second string. Pull-offs versus hammer-ons. Okay, so the next step here, let's try to play some hammer-ons and pull-offs from fretted notes going to other fretted notes. So what I'm going to do is put my first finger down on that B flat on the high string and hammer on the second finger. So really quick motion, just attacking the string, leaving enough pressure so that it rings. It's like snapping your finger. It's a quick motion and it can be very relaxed actually. It doesn't take a lot of tension in the hand. Try to keep your thumb nice and relaxed behind. Don't squeeze too hard as you do this so your hand doesn't get sore. How about 2 to 3? Second to third finger. 3 to 4. You could do any combination. 1 to 4. 1 to 3. 2 to 4. Practice all of them and get a sense of this ascending slur or hammer-on technique from a fretted note to another fretted note. And when that gets comfortable, you can eventually get multiple notes. I was getting 5 notes there from open string, first, second, third, and fourth, with one motion with the right hand. Same with a pull-off. You can play a higher pitch to a lower fretted note. The trick here is you have to set up the lower finger. So if I'm going to pull off from the second fret to the first, I place my first finger down on the first fret, ready to go, in place, play the higher pitch, and then release. Same with any combination of fingers. 4 to 2, 4 to 1, 3 to 1. But notice I'm really moving my hand down towards the floor, into the hand, opposite direction of this right hand. I'm doing that with my left hand, moving in instead of extending out. That really helps your tone. You might find when you first do this that you play a little too loud, actually, when you do the pull-off. It can be pretty light, and you get a nice sound. So I have this worksheet here that has exercises that you can look through to develop this. And the final exercise does something that's similar to what I was just demonstrating, where we do a hammer-on, 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, then back down, 4 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 1, 1 to 0. That's the final exercise I want you to work on. And so let's try it together. It's going to sound like this. And what I was doing there was just leaving my fingers down on the fingerboard once they've played. So hammer on, leave the first finger down, leave the second, leave the third, leave the fourth, release, back down. Repeat. Back down. So that is an introduction to playing slur technique on the ukulele, and apply this to things that are more musical, right? So far we're just playing a chromatic scale. You could do it with a more diatonic scale. Let's say hammer-ons of a C scale. Pull-offs. Together. Wow, what a cool sound, right? And I was barely using my right hand, just one note per string. And it's a very important technique. Take your time with it and shake out your hands a lot, your left hand, as you do this. Think about your hand position, your posture, nice curvature, direction of motion of the fingers. All those things will really make a big difference in getting this to work. If your hand is really flat and to the side, it's going to be a lot more difficult to get those notes to ring out. Thumb low, right over the fingerboard, great contact right next to the fret wire. You'll get a good sound that way. All right, well, have fun with that, and I'll see you soon.